Alright, welcome back guys. So in this video we're going to be finishing up with the breakup. So yeah, let's go up to the top and let's grab this pipe that we have in the scene already. And if you for some reason deleted it, you can just drag and drop it back into the scene. I want to strategically place this around the map. And since we already have it in this view, I'll just hold Alt and drag up and kind of create a pipe coming from the ceiling. So somewhere around here looks good. It's okay if it goes through, because we just want to see a little bit of it, and just duplicate it along its axes for a bit till you feel it's a good position to switch and rotate the angle. So we can hold Alt, duplicate that, rotate it 90 degrees, and start to have this drift off somewhere around here. Looks good. Then we can change the direction or have it go through here and just continue the process. Grab a couple of these. We go through possibly this direction now. And it's like really subtle details like this that help fill up their environment. This kind of stuff that most people overlook, but it helps sell the illusion. And also with the breakup, because it helps with the asymmetry. Because if something's too symmetrical, then we start to remember, hey, it's just a game. Hopefully that makes some type of sense to you guys. If it doesn't, that's fine. Rotate this baby 90 degrees again. Bring it on downtown. And once we're done with this little detail, we'll start, adding some lights to the environment, which is like one of the most important parts. I was also a lighting artist here at Rooster Teeth back in the good old days. I worked on Genlock, so I understand lighting and light logic relatively well. And I don't know if I need one going this way. I guess I could just duplicate these. Moving this that way. Remember, deselect by holding Control and selecting them. That looks good. So let's go back to the front view here and see, that looks a lot better with the breakup. Now let's hit F11 to get out of this mode. And we're going to add windows and glass materials here in a bit, but I want to add some lighting to the environment. And if we can't see the icons right now, we can press G on the keyboard so you can see these that are already here. Now, let's get rid of this pipe. Let's just delete that. And we can also have some pipes coming from the ground up, from the floor to the ceiling, if you want to, further break this up. And we'll do that here in a minute as well. But we have this light here. Say we want to delete this, we can just select it and delete. A shortcut to add lights is to hold L on the keyboard and click anywhere on the 3D viewport where you want the light to be. So here, here, there, and I can Control Z to take away that. And there's a few different lights here. So if we go to the left, Here we can go to the lights tab, and then we have the different type of lights. We have the directional light, point light, spotlight, rect light, skylight. And what I want to use for this environment is just the point light, and that's the same one we were using when we were holding L on the keyboard and pressing. So if you don't want to do that way, you can always drag and drop. And once you drag and drop it and you have it selected, we have options on the right where we can affect the attributes. So we can change the intensity by dragging it upwards or downwards. And you can also change the color from light color. So if you want it to be blue, greenish, it really depends on the feel that you want for the environment. This orange light is really good. I think I'll go with that. I might dial up or down the intensity, but we can further position these as we need to. So I'll put one right around here. And one thing I do want to do at the same time is ensure that I duplicate this, so I can hold Alt, drag the arrow. So in the same fashion of duplicating other objects around the world, we can do the same here. And it's good to change the light. So I'll keep a warm color up close, and in the back I'll choose cool colors like blue. So to help with the temperature. So that looks good right around here. I'll drag this. I can actually put lights in this direction and up the intensity to further imply that there's something going on back there in that direction. And I can hold Alt and duplicate this light going in another direction down this other hall if I want to. Because it could just also be too much lighting and we might not want that. So depending on the feel that you want, we may need to add it. And right now we have this red cross going on our light, and that just indicates that there's overlapping light intensity. So if I were to lower this, it may get rid of it or it may stay the same, but it just shows that there's overlapping. So if we move it further down this way, it'll get rid of it. So you see here is there, now it's gone. So keep that in mind when you're creating the light. So really quick, a quick lesson. So this light we have right now is not dynamic just yet, meaning it can still be moved, and we want to bake the lighting. So if you see the top left where it says lighting needs to be built, we have to rebuild it, and we do that by going to the tab that we went through earlier, and where it says build lighting, we can do that. So where it says light quality, we have it on medium. We can change it up to higher if we want, or we can leave it on medium. I think medium's fine because we're just previewing it, and we can go to bake light only. And once you click that, it's going to take account of the light on the scene and start to bake it. So let it do its job. And here on the bottom, it lets you know the status of it. And it should be done relatively short. Depending on the specs on your PC, it may take longer, may vary. So now if we try to play, and let's maximize this viewport with F11, and now you see we have a different type of lighting here. This looks good, but I also want to make it darker in these rooms to tell a much, grotesque story. This looks good. I like the lighting a lot, but it needs to be a lot darker. And it's not darker yet because you see outside of here we have that skylight in the back, and we don't have any coverage. So what I want to do is make it dark in those rooms. So what I'll do is just hit escape to exit that mode, and what I'll do is go up to the top, and you see this floor we have here. I'll select this floor. I'll hold Alt and select the blue arrow so I can duplicate it and drag it up. And I'll just make my way down underneath here so I can kind of see where it actually sits. And I want this to be, lower, somewhere around here, so it doesn't interfere with the ceiling, but at the same time it's actually closing off any light that may be passing through at the top. So with that done, I can rebake this and see how it looks. So I'll hit F11, go back to build, and I'll bake the light once again, and it should be a lot darker. Now if we start to play this, you can see that it's actually a lot darker in those rooms. So later on I'll put up some light in there, as well as add glass in the next video. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this. In the next video we'll actually start to set the lighting up how we want it to look. This was just more so an example. So I'll catch you guys in the next video.